Imagine finding out as a child that one of the most powerful figures in music, Jay-Z, might be your father. Now imagine spending over 20 years battling in court, facing alleged intimidation, and losing your mother, who fought until her final days for just one simple DNA test. But what if there's a chapter of his life he'd rather keep hidden? A story that, if revealed, could shake his carefully built empire to its core? This isn't just a simple rumor. It's a decades-long battle involving allegations, legal drama, and questions about identity and accountability. At the heart of this controversy is Rymir Satterthwaite, a man who claims Jay-Z is his father. For over 2 decades, Rymir and his late mother, Wanda, fought to prove this connection. Yet despite the resources and influence at Jay-Z's disposal, he has avoided a DNA test, a simple act that could have ended this story years ago. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on a tale that spans decades, dives into the murky waters of fame and power, and raises a question that won't go away. Why avoid the truth? Buckle up, because this is one story you won't forget. To understand how we got here, we need to go back to the early 1990s. Jay-Z wasn't yet the global icon he is today, but he was already making waves in Brooklyn's rap scene. At just 22, he was hustling to break into the industry, balancing ambition with a life full of risks and relationships. Wanda Satterthwaite was only 16 when she claimed she met Jay-Z. Wanda, a young woman from Philadelphia, described him as charismatic, confident, and full of promise. According to her, they met during one of his trips to the city, and what began as a fleeting romance turned into something far more consequential. Months later, Wanda discovered she was pregnant, and her life was forever changed. Wanda's account paints a picture of abandonment. After informing Jay-Z of her pregnancy, she claims he visited her just once more, before disappearing from her life entirely. With no contact information and no way to prove her claims, Wanda was left to raise her son, Rymir, on her own. As Rymir grew up, his resemblance to Jay-Z became impossible to ignore. According to family members, his facial features, his mannerisms, even his natural musical talent mirrored those of the rap mogul. Yet Wanda hesitated to tell Rymir the truth until he was old enough to understand. When she finally revealed her story, it set Rymir on a path of legal battles, personal struggles, and public scrutiny. The legal fight to establish Rymir's paternity began in the early 2000s, but it has been anything but straightforward. Wanda initially filed a lawsuit seeking child support, but the case was dismissed due to jurisdictional issues. She had filed in the wrong state, a technicality that Jay-Z's legal team seized upon to shut the case down. For Rymir, this was only the beginning. Over the years, he and his family have made numerous attempts to compel Jay-Z to take a DNA test. Each time, they've been met with fierce resistance from his lawyers. They've argued everything from procedural errors to claims that Jay-Z wasn't a resident of the state where the case was filed, effectively blocking every legal avenue Rymir pursued. But what makes this battle particularly intriguing is Rymir's insistence that corruption played a role. He claims that Jay-Z's wealth and influence have allowed him to manipulate the legal system, making it nearly impossible for an average family to hold him accountable.
It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers, this fraud, collusion, who knows what it's for, money or friendships or whatever they got going on. But I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already there and we did nothing wrong.
Rymir has gone as far as to accuse some of the judges and attorneys involved of collusion, alleging that they prioritized Jay-Z's interests over justice. This raises a crucial question. Is this a case of a powerful man avoiding accountability? Or are these claims exaggerated? A DNA test is simple, quick, and definitive. So why has Jay-Z refused to take one for over 2 decades? This question lies at the heart of the controversy, and the answers are anything but straightforward. One of the most discussed theories revolves around the timeline of Jay-Z's alleged relationship with Wanda. If their encounter occurred when Wanda was just 16, as she claims, it could have serious legal implications. Crossing state lines with a minor, as Wanda alleges Jay-Z did, could be classified as a federal offense. For someone in Jay-Z's position, the potential fallout from such revelations would be catastrophic, not just for his reputation but for his freedom. But there's another layer to consider. Jay-Z's image. He has spent decades crafting a persona of success, family values, and social justice advocacy. A scandal of this magnitude could unravel that narrative, casting doubt on everything from his music to his philanthropic efforts. Rymir has repeatedly pointed out that if Jay-Z truly believed the allegations were false, taking the test would be the easiest way to disprove them. His refusal, Rymir argues, speaks volumes. For Wanda and Rymir, this battle hasn't just been about legal filings. It's been deeply personal. Wanda spent years juggling the responsibilities of single motherhood with the emotional toll of fighting against a powerful figure. Her health began to decline in the late 2010s, and in 2019, she passed away. To her dying day, she insisted that Jay-Z was Rymir's father. Her death added another layer of tragedy to an already heartbreaking story. For Rymir, it was a turning point. He vowed to continue the fight, not just for himself, but to honor his mother's memory. Dr. Lily Coy, Wanda's godmother and Rymir's former guardian, has been outspoken about the impact this battle has had on their family. She has accused the legal system of failing them, describing years of frustration, financial strain, and emotional hardship. Rymir insists his fight isn't about money. He doesn't want a payout or even an apology. What he seeks is the truth, a definitive answer to the question that has defined his life. The legal obstacles were one thing, but according to Rymir, the battle has also been marred by intimidation. He claims that over the years, he and his family have faced harassment and even threats, allegedly aimed at discouraging them from pursuing the case. In one chilling account, Rymir recounted a time when someone fired shots at him shortly after filing a civil lawsuit against Jay-Z. Though no one was harmed, the message was clear. Pursuing this fight could come at a cost. He has also described incidents involving strangers attempting to access his property, as well as mysterious calls warning him to drop the case. But the alleged intimidation wasn't limited to physical threats. Rymir and his godmother, Dr. Lily Coy, have accused Jay-Z's legal team of using their wealth and influence to make their lives unbearable.
And then next thing I know, somebody was at my property. Somebody came to my property in the evening time and had a conversation about trying to get in through the back door.
They claim that lawyers have engaged in tactics designed to drain their resources, delay proceedings, and frustrate their attempts to get a fair hearing. For Rymir, these experiences have only strengthened his resolve. In his own words, "If they're going to such lengths to silence me, then there must be something they're trying to hide." This raises an unsettling question. How far will someone go to protect their reputation? The public's response to this saga has been as divided as it is passionate. On one side, supporters see Rymir as a young man courageously standing up to a system stacked against him. They view his story as a David versus Goliath struggle, one where an ordinary person fights to hold a powerful celebrity accountable. On the other side, critics question Rymir's motives. Some suggest that he's chasing clout or seeking financial gain, using the story to carve out his own path in the music industry. Others believe that the lack of concrete evidence weakens his claims and that his persistence only serves to tarnish Jay-Z's reputation unfairly. Social media platforms have become battlegrounds for these debates. Hashtags like #RymirDeservesTruth and #Jay'sInnocent have trended at various points, with users dissecting every new development. But what's undeniable is the impact this story has had on Jay-Z's image. While he remains an icon in the music world, the allegations have cast a shadow over his legacy. Fans who once idolized him are now questioning whether the man behind the music is as untouchable as he seems. This story isn't just about Rymir and Jay-Z. It's about how we, as a society, navigate the intersection of fame, power, and accountability. In a twist that adds another layer of intrigue to this already complex story, rumors have emerged that Beyonce has played a role in her husband's decision to avoid a DNA test. As one of the most influential figures in the entertainment industry, Beyonce's reputation is closely tied to Jay-Z's. According to some reports, Beyonce has allegedly advised Jay-Z to keep the matter out of the public eye. Her reasoning, as speculated by insiders, is that acknowledging the allegations, even to refute them, could open a Pandora's box. There's also speculation that Beyonce's protective stance might stem from her own experiences with public scrutiny. Having weathered her fair share of controversies, including rumors of infidelity in their marriage, she may view this as yet another storm they must weather together. But not everyone agrees with this interpretation. Critics argue that Beyonce's silence on the matter undermines her image as a champion for justice and equality. They question whether her support for Jay-Z is enabling him to sidestep accountability. Could her involvement suggest deeper concerns? Or is this simply a case of a wife standing by her husband? At its core, this story is about more than just one man's quest for answers. It's a lens through which we can examine broader issues: the power dynamics of fame, the limitations of the legal system, and the lengths people will go to protect their legacies. Jay-Z's case highlights how wealth and influence can create an uneven playing field. For Rymir, the fight for truth has been an uphill battle, marked by systemic barriers and endless delays. But for Jay-Z, the stakes are equally high. His empire spans music, business, and philanthropy, and a scandal of this magnitude could unravel decades of work. This story also raises uncomfortable questions about the justice system. How is it possible for a case to drag on for so many years without resolution? And what does it say about our society when the powerful can seemingly evade accountability? For fans, this controversy forces a reckoning with their perceptions of Jay-Z. Can we separate the artist from the allegations? Or does the shadow of this scandal taint his contributions to music and culture? Ultimately, this isn't just a story about Jay-Z and Rymir. It's a reflection of the complexities of power, identity, and truth in the modern world. So where does this leave us? Whether you believe Rymir's claims or not, one thing is clear. This story isn't going away anytime soon. With every passing year, the questions grow louder, the stakes grow higher, and the truth becomes harder to ignore. Jay-Z has built an empire on the foundation of his talent, vision, and ambition. But as the saying goes, what's done in the dark will come to light. If the allegations are false, why not take the test and end the speculation? If they're true, what does that mean for the legacy of one of music's most influential figures? We want to hear from you. Do you think Rymir deserves a definitive answer? Or is this just another case of tabloid drama? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, the truth always has a way of coming out, even when it's least expected.